Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Time and money to have the best experiences out of your life. So in today's video, we are going to discuss about Paytm debacle and fall of Paytm's share price from issue price of 2150 to up to 2200 and 1300 levels. First of all, we'll see what is IPO and what happened exactly. So let's say you wanted to invest in business of Paytm, but in general, since you will not be able to get until unless you have crores of rupees or know the person and can directly contact them and pay before they list themselves on the public market, that is stock market. And once they get the right to list on the stock market, they would have taken all the permissions necessary to list on stock market, so that the general public who have a trading and demat account can start purchasing this and can invest or trade in these stocks. Let's say Paytm was worth 10,000 rupees and there were 10,000 shares, that is the company as a whole were broken down into 10,000 small pieces, and these were a form of ownership, that is these 10,000 shares represents the ownership in this company. And in future, let's say this company is expected to grow to double in few years, that is this 10,000 worth of company, let's say it is expected to become 20,000 rupees, then this 1 rupee that you had invested for one share, it would grow to 2 rupees. That will be your increase of your capital and growth in your investment. So this is very basic sense, and I will do a much more deeper understanding of stock market and shares and various corporate actions that is taken up. And Paytm was founded in 2010 as a fintech company and wanted to revolutionize the finance industry, which was a traditional industry, and there was no much technological innovation or disruption that had happened. And Vijay Shekhar Sharma wanted to revolutionize and disrupt this industry by entering into the fintech market and established 197 Communication, that is the parent company of Paytm. That is, this company holds Paytm and brand we all know as Paytm. And in this video, we'll discuss 7 points why Paytm IPO was a flop, at least in the initial few days, and fell for 40-50% from its initial issue price. So first and foremost, the elephant in the room, that is too high a valuation. That is, Paytm was demanding 26 times of its 2023 estimated price to sales ratio. This is too high. Just to give an example, across the globe, a estimated price to sales ratio that a fintech platform or a fintech company demands is 0.2 to 0.5x, whereas this Paytm was demanding 26x of the 2023 estimated price to sales ratio. But there is a catch over here, because Paytm is in such a market that the market itself is growing quite enormously. Along with that, Paytm as a company is also growing enormously. There could be a little higher valuation, but not to this extent of 26x. This was just exorbitant. And right from the day when this IPO was opened, people were skeptical about this. But as the saying goes, stock market is not necessarily driven by rational people, but by the emotions. So because of the brand value that was associated with Paytm, even all the retail investors and mega investors, institutional investors, invested in this, because they thought that this being such a huge company, the emotions will drive up the prices of this. And this was one of the reasons that Paytm knew that it could demand such high valuations and could just raise enormous money from the public market. And second point is no clear path to profitability. That is, Paytm did not have a clear path from where it is going to generate profit. Already it has accumulated such enormous amount of losses that there was no clear path. In case of Amazon as well, initial few years they burnt money like a lot, but they had a clear path to profitability. That is, their e-commerce segment was growing in such a large pace, and they were building the infrastructure associated with it, and they had a clear path to profitability. At least, even though risk was associated, there was some sort of a plan available. But with Paytm, it's still not so clear. And the third point related to this is that hands in too many business. That is, Paytm had grown very fast and parallelly had invested in so many businesses that there is a possibility that the leadership lost focus or vision on which is the key segments or the key area to focus on. They were existing in the payments business, as we all know, then the loan business, then the insurance business, and parallelly they had set up an e-commerce business which grew very fast but was a failure. And they have also started providing point of sales machine, that is the card that you swipe at a grocery store, at a shop nearby. Those machines are called POS machines. So similarly, Paytm had increased their existence in too many markets and probably is not able to focus on key sectors. Then they might have to change their strategy and bring in a little more focus at least on the key segment and parallelly do experiment on various other segments. So that is the key to profitability and as well as increase in market share. I linked down to the video that I had talked about regarding experimentation and how you can build hypothesis and test it. And fourth point associated with this is UPI payments. That is, most of the Paytm's growth or market share is due to the UPI payment interface that it has built and is able to capture such a large market. But the truth is that UPI is not a revenue generating business, but rather it's a cash burning business. That is, you do not earn any significant amount of money through enabling UPI transactions, but rather these Paytm and Google Pay give so many promotional offers and cashbacks to lure customers into their ecosystem that this ends up being a cash burning business. And fifth point is loan dispersal. One of the key areas where people are expecting Paytm to grow is by giving out loans. Paytm is quite different and can be associated with other fintech firms. That is, they have lot of data on consumers, both merchants as well as individual customers who transact through their platform. So these small merchants who transact and receive and pay payments through Paytm, so data of these people is already captured by Paytm and they can use it to gather data and ensure to project their earnings as well as use data analysis such that they are able to know what can be the amount of loan that the person can be given. And as few of you might know and few who are not aware, I will just tell, in the local market where there are no established network or established and a clear loan dispersal mechanism, the loan that is taken from unorganized market, the interest rate ranges from 50 to 100% per annum. This is just exorbitant. In this case, let's say Paytm is able to offer them even at 40, 50, 60% of the cost, that is 30-40% per annum. Then for these merchants, this is still a good deal when compared to the unorganized loan sector that they can get from. Whereas in organized sector, they will not be able to get because of various documents required, which many small merchants will not have that capacity or rather the documents available to make all this in a legit process. And the sixth point is revenue degrowth. That is, in past 2 years the revenue has declined, whereas this growing company we expect the revenue to grow. Surely losses have been curtailed, or rather it has not increased quite a lot, but also revenue has decreased. This is a worrisome sign. A company which is banked on the growth that we are expecting, if they themselves show a degrowth in revenue, then it's a point of concern. And many investors were also cautious about this and they were not sure if Paytm is going to increase or what is their plan to action. The earlier point, as I mentioned, no clear path to profitability as well as increasing revenue without exorbitantly spending on marketing expenses. And the seventh point, few of you who have used Paytm can let me know how was the user interface. Most of the people have given the opinion that Paytm's user interface is not great as well as user experience. The app seems to be too cluttered and there is no clear path or call to action that is seen in this app, and it creates confusion and there is no clear path to what has to be done. And this has both advantage and disadvantage. Advantage in saying that people will become more aware, and by scrolling through and browsing through its various features available, they might tend to purchase or transact through it and increases its revenue. But the other end is that customers are little more aware and they do not want to spend or may not be interested in these cluttered experiences. So it's a personal call to take. So with these 7 points, I would like to end by saying that building such a huge organization in itself is a feat, and this is no small joke, and it had required such huge amount of dedication by such huge group of people as well as such long-term vision, and as well as being able to give to it and work towards that goal for such long years, more than a decade. And last but not the least is that stock market is driven by emotions. There are many theories which suggest that stock market is a rational market, that is, people are rational and they do not showcase irrational behavior of demanding or selling too highly. And another theory is that efficient market theory. It suggests that the stock market is always efficient at a given point and it matches the expectations and is always right. But the truth is that stock market is driven by emotions and herd mentality. That is, it depends on many people's emotions as well as their expectations from the market, how as a whole market reacts to that situation and that scenario. So with that, the point I want to drive home is that be careful on the investment that you are trying to make. I'm sure even now people are buying in. I'm not discounting the fact that Paytm is such a huge organization and it can turn the tables around and can grow quite a lot, but we have to be a little more careful and allocate a small percentage if you are a risk taker to these stocks, and be a little careful while investing in these and take a little more cautious call. With that, ensure to like the video, subscribe down to the channel, turn on all the notifications, and comment down as well as share the video with as many people as you can. I will see you soon. Timon.